Hello everyone, I hope you are well. So today's message from Spirit is one of jealousy and envy. And I know a lot of people who are drawn to my channel, who are on this spiritual path and the path of ascension, will have dealt with jealousy and envy energies either from a very young age and it's kind of followed you throughout life, or you would have experienced it at some point throughout your journey. But I've written the download down, the notes down, because it was quite a lot, and I'm gonna read it out to you, get into it, and then we're gonna get some spiritual guidance on how best to deal with jealousy and envy. So basically, they were just saying a bit about what it is. So basically, jealousy and envy is when somebody wants something that you have, whether it's your heart, your light, the way you glow, certain traits that you hold, your physical appearance. It could even be like your romantic partner, your family, your friends. They basically want to be in your shoes, want to be you, or they just want something that you have. And then they were talking about why jealousy and envy is such a threat and it is such a danger. So I'm going to read out what they said to me in the download. So he said there's a reason it is often referred to as the green-eyed monster, because it is literally that. It poses a threat to your very being, to your life and to your destiny. Remember, everything is energy and humans are constantly influencing one another. So the envious glare can make you physically sick or put a spanner in the works of your life by infiltrating your energy body with negative and heavy energies. It can cause you to doubt yourself and give your power away. And this is often where you will then give your power away to the very person who is jealous of you. And then they can ride on the wave of your blessings or what was for you. And then they were saying some of the signs to look out for. So some of these are signs that I have experienced. So this is what is within my consciousness. But this is also some signs the Spirit is saying to look out for. And you guys might have experienced them. And I want you to remember as well that everyone's experience with jealousy and envy is going to be different. So the signs and the red flags for you are going to be different. So the first sign they were talking about is watching you, eyes always on you, the green stare. So you know when you can feel someone kind of just glaring at you or just having their eyes on you and you're not necessarily looking at them. So maybe you're looking down at your phone but you can just feel this person is staring at you, and you might look up and they're literally just looking at you like with this, I don't know how to explain it, the green stare. It's just like it almost has a sinister look to it. If that makes sense, like a sinister look to it, or even like a smirky look to it. But you'll be able to feel it when somebody is staring at you. You'll look up and notice that they're just glaring at you. That's one of the ways. And this can be from family members, it can be from friends, it can be from colleagues, it can be from a perfect stranger. But you will feel that glare, you will feel that the green stare they call it. The next sign is digs and jabs. So when someone is constantly making digs at you and jabs at you, and this doesn't have to be big things, it can be small things. I would even say the small digs is what they would tend to do the most, because then you are unlikely to notice it. So maybe you have a new hairstyle, for example, and you've got people around you saying, oh my God, I love your new hair. It really suits you. It looks good. And this other person might kind of be like, it sort of goes into a backhanded compliment. So maybe they were like, oh, I thought you said you were never going to wear your hair like that again. But yeah, it looks good. Something like that. There'll just be like a little dig. And then the next sign is giving stupid advice. So obviously they're going to give you advice in hopes that you're then going to make a decision that's going to go against your better judgment. Because obviously decisions you make with your life only going to affect you. They're not going to affect anybody around you. This is where you need to be honing into your intuition to know which decision is going to be best for you going forward, and not taking advice from other people. When I say stupid advice, it's just not going to make any sense. It's not going to resonate with you. That's the word I want to say. It's not going to resonate with you, with your heart, with your mind, with your whole being. And this is where you need to use logic when people are giving advice, and think, okay, does this make sense? What would be the outcome if I took this advice? That's what you want to be doing, thinking about the outcome and the next steps. What would happen if you took their advice? But it could be like maybe you're in a abusive relationship and this person is just telling you, oh no, people can change, you can work on it, you can work on it. As soon as a relationship turns that toxic and it turns abusive, where somebody is saying nasty things to you to intentionally put you down, or worse, putting their hands on you, you need to leave and you need to get out. You basically need to run. So if you've got anyone around you telling you to stay in that kind of situation, that's stupid advice. The next sign is copying you. So like copying your physical appearance, maybe your aesthetic, even your mannerisms, like the way you move, the way you speak, the way you talk, things like that, copying you. You know, people will say copying is like a form of flattery. It's not, and it's actually a huge red flag when it comes to jealousy and envy. Because people need to be standing in their own authenticity. Everyone has their own unique fingerprint, and you need to be, that's how you should be expressing yourself, uniquely, being you. God didn't have create people's souls and have you being born in this lifetime to be going around copying other people and wishing you were somebody else. But unfortunately, there's a lot of people in this world who have mental health issues, because to me, jealousy and envy is a mental health issue, especially when it's causing you to not be yourself and wanting and wishing that you were somebody else, that you were in their shoes and you had their path. That is a mental health issue. And then the next sign we have here is isolating you from friends and family who aren't jealous. So if you have a lot of love around you, a lot of people who are rooting for you to win, a lot of people who adore you and respect you, and they're constantly trying to get you to maybe like cut these people off. So maybe they would try and put it in your mind that these people don't actually love you, that these people don't actually care about you, and they're holding you back. They're the ones who are envious and jealous. It's kind of like a gaslight thing where they'll try and switch it and try and put how they're feeling and thinking about you onto these people who actually adore you. So you need to watch out for that one. Don't be isolated from people who truly care and love you. And the next sign we have here is gossiping, spreading rumors about you. Yeah, that is the biggest one that will tend to do, because they'll tend to attack your reputation and who you actually are. They'll kind of like try and do a flip. I'm hearing like a flip reverse on who you actually are. So people look at you in a different way. And they could be like planting out their false rumors. So if this is a colleague, they might be saying that you're not doing well at work, or they might be they could even say that you've been gossiping and bitching about people in the workplace to try and turn people within the workplace against you. So maybe you don't get a promotion, or you get in trouble, something like that. So maybe then they can put themselves forward for the promotion, and it's always like that, trying to do something to push you down and then step into your limelight, if that makes sense. And the next sign we've got here is always bringing up your past and reminding you of who you used to be. And this is a big one, because especially if you made a lot of mistakes in the past, maybe in the past you could have even been like, maybe you had addiction issues to like alcohol or drug, and you got yourself clean, you got yourself out of that, and you're now a completely different person. And they can't let this go, and they don't like the fact that you've now completely changed and you are now stepping into your power and you are shining. They want you stuck in that addictive energy, in that victim energy, and in that lack consciousness, because that's who they resonate with, or that's who they have more access to. So it would be, it'll just be them bringing up who you used to be and keep going on about it. And they might tend to do this especially around like other people. So it kind of ties into that rumor thing. Even though this wouldn't be a rumor, it would be rooted in some truth, but it's not the truth of who you are in the here and now, in the present moment. And the next sign we have is wanting to know your next moves and whereabouts. And this is like a monitoring spirit. So a monitoring spirit wants to know each next step you're going to be taking, where you are, who you're with. They just want to know everything about your life, so they can kind of get information on you and stop you from leveling up, stop you from progressing. And then the sign after that is, so this is why people always say to move in silence. But we'll get into that when we're getting into the spiritual guidance. But to move in silence and not tell everyone what you're doing, who you're going to be around, where you're going. You want to be a mystery, basically. Keep yourself a mystery, especially from those people who are nosy. Because the jealous and envious people do tend to be like the nosiest people. And the next sign we have here is trying to turn others against you. Yeah, so that will go into like trying to destroy your reputation and trying to isolate you. They all tie into one. And then we have going after your partner or trying to cause a separation. So this happens with a lot of women who are jealous of other women and the marriage, the relationship that they have, and they would try to split it up. So maybe you're just having like a little tiff and you confide with a woman around you who you think is your friend, but they can actually be a frenemy. And then they could be like straight away, oh yeah, you should break up, you should get divorced, you should go on a break. And this could also be a person who you've noticed is a bit friendly with your significant other. Maybe they're a bit flirty and you've picked up on it already and you don't like it. In that case, I would completely push and remove that person out of your life. You want to nip that in the bud straight away, because that is a huge red flag. And that's them just showing you how much they do not respect you, because that's disrespect. And then the next sign we have here is you feel off around them. You can sense that they don't like you. So this is where your intuition will come into play, sensing when someone doesn't like you. You may even get like an icky feeling around them. Every time they call you or want to hang out, you may not want to. You may just get a feeling of like, no, no, no. You keep saying no because you're picking up on the fact they are trying to either get information out of you to know your next steps, know your whereabouts, or they're trying to leech or feed off of your energy body, or they're just plain out don't like you. And someone who's jealous and envious, I mean, I would say, yeah, that they, at their core, they don't actually like you. Because how can you like someone that you're jealous and envious of? And trying to affect their life and their path in a negative way. The next sign we have here is my ear is just started ringing really badly. So some of you, this could be a sign that you sense. We're talking about feelings here. So your ears could be ringing when it comes to this person. I forget which ear it is, but people say when a certain ear rings, it means that people are talking about you. So maybe you just psychically are picking up, intuitively you're picking up that people may be talking about you behind your back. Don't dismiss that sort of thing. Like your intuition is there for a reason. These senses are there for a reason. Don't dismiss it. The next one we have here is your throat chakra may act up around them. So you may find it hard to communicate clearly around this person, especially when it comes to your plans and your dreams and your designs. You may just kind of like choke up around this person. You can't get your words out properly, or you completely forget what you were going to tell them when it comes to your next steps or your life. And this is also to do with your spiritual body protecting you. But it's also your ancestors in your spiritual court. They don't want you speaking around this person, so they're going to make sure that you hold your tongue, that you close your mouth. And then the next sign we have here is also with that, you probably won't feel comfortable sharing things with this person. Even if it's good things, even if it's bad things as well, you just won't really necessarily want to share anything with them. So you might find that you also kind of will be like hiding who you really are around this person who is jealous or envious of you. The next sign I have here is dreams. So obviously your subconscious mind, like I just said, your spiritual body is going to protect you. Your subconscious mind is going to warn you of threats, and this will include jealous and envious people. So you could have dreams. I remember I had a dream once that someone who I picked up as well, that there was like an off feeling from them, and I kept having dreams that they were trying to hurt me, and in the dream they were trying to make me bleed. They were like, in the dream they would constantly be like scratching me. They always wanted to make me bleed. They wanted to hurt me in that way. So that's how I knew that person didn't have good intention. So you could be having dreams like this, or they could just be watching you, following you around in your dream, things like that. In the dream it could be them, but they're living your life. Or they could just be trying to steal something from you in the dream. But everyone's dreams will be different, but your dream will be trying to warn you of the person in the waking world who is jealous. The next sign I've got here is constantly wanting access to your time and energy. So again, that's connected to a monitoring spirit. So someone who is wanting to leech and just feed off of your energy. So normally those of you who are victims of jealousy and envy, you're going to have a lot of light, right? You're going to be glowing. You're going to have a strong connection to yourself and to God. And if you don't, you have the potential there. You have the seed there that other people can see. And they don't want you to water it, to fully become into your power and into your potential. So they're trying to nip that in the bud before you even do. But most of you, you're aware of who you are. You're aware of how you shine. You're aware of how you're different. And you're aware of how your soul has come here for a specific divine mission and purpose. So you're going to have monitoring spirits around you, because we are in a spiritual warfare, who don't want to see you reach your destiny, who don't want to see you fulfill your soul's mission. So be wary of people who constantly wanting your time and your energy, who kind of feel like they're entitled to it. They deserve to be around you all the time. They deserve to have your energy all of the time. Your energy and your time is for you and for the people who you choose. And then the last sign that I've got here is, oh no, that was just saying everyone will have a different experience with jealousy. So there's different signs and red flags to look out for, is what I've written here. Yeah. So you could have completely different red flags. Maybe some of you will have the opposite red flags to what I have said. And sometimes when someone is envious and jealous of you and they themselves have realized this, they may distance themselves from you. So they may stop reaching out to you or stop asking to hang out. And if that's the case, you leave it alone. This is why you always let people leave your life. You let people trickle out of your life. Rejection is protection. And even ghosting is protection. Like when people would just ghost, you let them leave. You let them go. Okay, so how to protect yourself, and I'm going to be pulling cards for this part of the video, but I also wrote some notes here. So the first thing that I put here is nip it in the bud. So obviously when you realize someone's envious and jealous of you, you want to remove these people from your life. And for whatever reason, if you can't, maybe if it's to do with a family member, then you want to keep them at arm's length and have very strong, firm boundaries. So you also want to be saying no more than you're saying yes to this person. Like, don't give them access to you. Don't allow that kind of energy to infiltrate into your life, because like I said, it is a threat to your path, to your destiny, to your very being. Sometimes jealousy and envy can kill. There's a few stories out there of jealousy and envy ending up in someone being murdered and someone being hurt seriously, which is why it is very dangerous. And on a energetic level, obviously it's someone who is sending really heavy negative energy towards you. And if that does get into your energy body, if you don't have that strong auric field, if there's a hole there, it can get through, that it is going to affect you. It can make you physically sick. And like I said before, it can cause you to doubt yourself. So it can cause you to think that the thoughts that you are having are yours, that you don't like yourself, that you don't believe in yourself, and that isn't you. This is that other person. They want you to think that. So, and this is where it can kind of also cause a switch. So maybe their heavy energy then goes into your energy, and then you've given your power away. So they're getting access to your light, to your power, to your glow, and to your destinies, or to your blessing as well. So also written here, call a spade a spade. So you basically want to call it out when you see it. This one you need to be careful. So if you do feel you're in that, around that dangerous person, where the envy has come to the point where it's life-threatening, in that case, I would advise to just ghost. Don't say anything. Just when you can, just leave and get away from them and keep them out of your life. But for others of you, you need to point out and say to someone, I know that you don't like me. I know you're jealous of me. I know you're envious of me. Like, get away from me. You need to have very strong, firm boundaries and speak your truth. Don't dismiss things like this, because a frenemy as well, a frenemy can literally destroy your life. A frenemy can keep you down in the dumps for years. A frenemy can keep you stuck in a situation for years through stupid advice, and you then trust in them and trust in their advice. I've also put here, having a close connection with self and God, obviously, is going to protect you from these kind of energies. And it's also going to higher your discernment. So you're going to see these people coming from a mile off. You're not going to allow them to be around you. And if it is family members, people who are around you who can't necessarily cut off for whatever reason, you will know how to deal with them. You'll know how to handle them, because you'll be connected to God. And God will be giving you the guidance. I put here, pray for protection when it comes to jealousy and envy. So never underestimate the power of prayer. You always want to be praying to the Most High, praying to your spiritual core and your ancestors to protect you from this kind of thing. Ask them constantly for divine intervention so that you don't even come into contact with these energies moving forward in your path. Especially if you're someone who is moving on up, who is leveling up, moving up in frequency, you are going to have a lot of eyes on you, and you're going to attract both butterflies and mosquitoes. So you do need to keep prayed up and keep protected. The next one I put here is to strengthen your auric field. And I said that earlier. So you want to visualize a holy light that is surrounding you. And you want to visualize your auric field as this holy light, because you are connected to the Most High. And you want to, ask for any holes within your auric field to be revealed to you. And then this is during the visualization. And you want to fill these holes with more gold, holy light, so that your auric field is completely solid and it's whole with holy light. And then that will push away jealous and envious energies, or it will allow you to see and nip it in the bud. Shamanic healing I've put here will help. energy healing, and an aura cleanse. So if you go into a professional just to assist in strengthening your energy body and your spiritual body, and this helps you clean them, because they do need to be clean. Just like the physical body, we need to have showers, we need to have baths, you need to look after yourself, have the spirit, have the hygiene. Cleanliness is next to godliness, but you also need to have the spiritual hygiene. And then next I have put here, don't allow people to bring their problems to your door. Obviously this one is a given, but a lot of people, if you have that wounding of being like a people pleaser, particularly when it comes to people you love, you don't want to see them suffering. But the thing is, God brought those problems to their door, and if he wanted to dump this on your door, he would have left it at your door, but it wasn't left there. It wasn't left at your doorstep, it was left at theirs. So they actually do have the power, the resources and tools within them to overcome it. And yes, you can lend a helping hand, but you know what I'm talking about here when it comes to jealousy and envy. This is people who are constantly making their dramas and their problems yours, because they're too lazy and they don't want to deal with it themselves. They're trying to lump everything off onto you. And you need to be saying no, and you send it back. You always want to send this energy back threefold or tenfold. So, let's get some spiritual guidance from Spirit. This deck. I'm going to get a poem from my deck. Maybe that was quick. Okay, this one says, an upside down heart reveals a fresh new start. The pain will fade away, but the stitches are here to stay. Don't worry about your scars. They're a reminder that you've come so far. Strength, character and lessons abound. A broken heart is a thing of the past. Cornucopia is on the horizon. Show gratitude and watch it last. So for some of you, the jealousy that you've experienced came from a romantic partner. And I feel like a lot of people don't talk about this enough. When they talk about jealousy and envy, that people want to go on about how women are jealous of other women, and not the fact that that your own partner, that a man can be jealous of a woman, or a woman can be jealous of a man. So this does happen a lot in romantic relationships. And this is obviously the most dangerous, because this person is being intimate with you. So you're exchanging sexual energy, and this person is often the closest person to you. So they know how to bring you down, which makes them very dangerous. So that poem there is for those of you who you've already cut this person off and you're still overcoming it. So they could have been a narcissist, you could have been suffering from narcissistic abuse, and you're now rising on up from this. But Spirit want you to know that was jealousy and that was envy. This person saw your light, this person saw your potential, they knew that you could find better than them, so they constantly tried to put you down. And unfortunately for some of you, I believe that this was like a domestic violence situation. But you're now got yourself out of that, and you did the right thing. And Spirit are wanting you to have gratitude just for yourself, for your life, for the fact that you've gone through all of that and you've overcome it. They want you to have gratitude and not dwell or not mistrust yourself that you got into that situation. Because like I say in a lot of my videos, certain things come into our lives to teach us, and the soul signed up for this. It was lessons that you needed to learn in order to then go on to the self-mastery, and you won't be experiencing these lessons going forward because you have learned from them. You've broken that cycle. Let me get one more card from this deck, please, Spirit, when it comes to jealousy and envy. What do the collective need to hear? One more card, please. Thank you. Okay, so this one says, his path was that of a fairy tale, myths and imagination, could they be real? He slayed dragons and demons in his sleep, but whilst awake other people's words made him weep. One day a guardian angel appeared, with the brightest wings and a multicoloured beard. You are to become a wizard in this life, he told the boy. Wipe your tears and pick up your spiritual staff. This will be your armour in the waking world. As the boy's eyes lit up in awe, he realised this is what his dreams have been trying to tell. Only a few are chosen for the path of magic. To listen to others, now that would be tragic. From then on, he followed the yellow brick road, only listening to guidance that came from his soul. I think that is like a beautiful summary of what I've been talking about when it comes to jealousy and envy. But also, I kept having a memory flashing up when I was reading this of when I was in nursery. So when I was in nursery, I got picked on a lot throughout school. So it was like infant school, junior school, secondary school. But when I was in nursery, I often chose and wanted to play on my own. And also I would have people like wanting to be around me, wanting to play with me, wanting to be in my energy. But then I also would have children who would also bully me. And normally it would be the same. But jealousy and envy can, unfortunately, it starts young. It can happen in with other children. It can happen with your own peer group. And you'll find that a lot of you who are on this path, when it comes to the spiritual path, this path of ascension, of breaking illusions, of seeing through all the crap that the society in this world is, you will often find that you have experienced this as well, that you've had a lot of jealousy and envy from a young age. And unfortunately, sometimes this is even from your own family, from the adults around you as well. And so Spirit has summoned up a lot of your past, that you knew that you were different and you sensed this from a very young age. A lot of you are like high priestesses or high priests, so you have the ability to practice magic. And when I say magic, I mean like bring your desires to fruition, to see the miracles in like the simple everyday things. You have a lot of magic within you, and there's a lot of magic wherever you go. And like I said, magic is simple. And this one also says to listen to others. Now that would be tragic. So this is the thing. You want to be listening to your own inner compass. You want to be listening to your own guidance, your own advice, your own intuition, your own discernment. Don't dismiss things, and don't dismiss when you're getting a funny feeling from someone. Even if they're smiling in your face, even if they like shower you with gifts, if they're very nice to you. If you're getting a funny feeling, you're getting a funny feeling. You need to remove this person from your life. Because it is very likely that they are envious and jealous of you. But then they're trying to hide this. They're trying not to show this. Yeah, and it also says here, follow the guidance that comes from your soul. So that is the same thing. Spirit are wanting you to listen to you. How do you feel when you're around certain people, when you're in certain places and spaces? And as I'm saying that, I'm going to have to move the way I'm sitting. Hold on. And my foot all of a sudden went completely numb and dead and was like tingling. So maybe some of you, when you're around certain people, you get these physical symptoms. Then maybe you get like a lot of numbness or a lot of tingling. And I was saying before to listen and pay close attention to the throat chakra when you're around certain people. If it kind of clams up and you can't speak clearly, you can't express yourself properly, it normally means that this isn't the environment that you want to be in. Maybe these people are jealous or envious of you. Or sometimes this does happen when you're around an abuser. But you want to pay close attention to your throat chakra. So we're going to move on to this deck. Let me get some spiritual guidance when it comes to jealousy and envy for the collective, please, Spirit. And we have here the Siren, which is the devil. So sometimes a lot of jealous and envious people, you may not realize it. Maybe these people who are jealous and envious of you, because a lot of people will focus on the physicality. So maybe these people are very beautiful, very good looking, and you're ignoring that, you're picking up that they're jealous, because you're like, why would they be jealous of me? They're better looking than me. It's not to do with the physicality. Sometimes they're jealous of traits that you hold. Sometimes they're jealous of your heart. Sometimes they're jealous of the way other people love you, other people show up for you. Sometimes they could be jealous of your wife, your husband, your partner, you know. It could be anything really. Maybe it's the car you drive. But this is here because some of you may have been lured in by someone who's very good looking. And then you started to realize or get a sense that they may be jealous of you and they may not actually like you. And Spirit want you to listen to that sense and to that knowing, because it is an inner knowing that's trying to come up within you, not to trust this person. But sometimes they will be very beautiful on the outside. So it's that thing of not judging a book by its cover. Of not getting fooled by this, what you're seeing in a person, their physicality. And again, it's the eyes. There's a reason people will call it like the green stare or the snake eyes. It's the eyes. You're going to see by how somebody looks at you, how they feel about you. You can tell when somebody looks at you with love, respect and adoration. You can see it. And you can see when someone's looking at you and it's an envious glare. Again, like I said, there's something sinister about an envious glare. And it's smirky. What else, Spirit? We have the Pearl, Ace of Pentacles. Yeah, so a lot of you are very pure. You have a pure white light and other people want their hands on it. And you need to protect this pure white light. So like I said before, it's looking after your energy body, your spiritual body, your auric field, making sure your auric field is very strong, that nothing can infiltrate it. Because that's what it's there for. Your auric field is there to protect you. It's not just there to be this pretty ethereal colours around you. It is there to protect you. What else do the collective need to hear when it comes to jealousy, Spirit? We have the mushroom, 5 of cups. I'm hearing don't take their poison. Don't take their poison. People in certain cultures will often say don't eat food that's been provided to you by other people. So if you know someone's jealous or envious of you, or you just have like an inkling and they're offering you their food, don't eat their food. That's coming through for someone. Don't eat their food. And when they're saying don't take their poison, it's not having yourself around people that you know do not like you and are envious of you. Don't be in the same vicinity of them, because their energy and their eyes towards you is very poisonous. I keep hearing don't take their poison, don't drink their poison. Some of you someone could have literally have tried to poison you, tried to give you food poison, tried to have made you ill. Next here we have the altar, the magician. Yeah, so it's about tapping into your spiritual gifts. My spiritual core always said to me for years, pick up your spiritual tools and fight. Pick up your spiritual tools and fight. We are in spiritual warfare right now, so envy and jealousy is an all-time high. It's an epidemic. Especially for those of you who hold a lot of light, who have a high frequency and are continuously doing the work on yourselves and moving on up. You need to look after yourself, and you need to use the tools of spirit. I'm seeing a rose. Maybe a lot of you hold very gentle, healing rose energy, and that's what other people are jealous of when it comes to that. You could be a healer. You could have the ability to heal. You'd be surprised that because obviously when you're a healer, you just want to be of service. You just want to heal people. You'll be surprised the amount of people who do not like that, who don't want to see you healing other people. They don't want you to see you being of service. Like I said, there's a spiritual warfare. So it's not just people. There's entities, there's spirits, and there's energies who are working tirelessly day and night to stop you for fulfilling your mission, to stop you from helping and assisting other people in raising their frequency as well. Because when you're doing that, it's higher in the consciousness of the planet. The next card we've got here is the bear, King of Wands. The bear, to me, it represents protection and being fierce with your protection and with your boundaries. So you will look at a mama bear. She's not letting anything come near her cubs. Regardless of whether this is a good or bad person. That it's just like, you could be someone strolling through the woods and unfortunately you come across a mama bear and her cubs. She's going to go into that fight mode, into that protection mode, regardless of whether that person is a good soul. So you need to have your guard up. You want to have your spiritual guard up. You don't want to have walls up, but a spiritual guard up. Let's get one more card, or are we done with this one? We're done with this one. What do the collective need to hear, Spirit, when it comes to jealousy and envy? Whoa. We have familiar, guardian, sorry. I said garden. Maybe someone's jealous of your garden, or you could be a gardener and you make really beautiful gardens. Maybe people are jealous of that. But guardian, yeah, you want to be staying prayed up. Always want to be asking for protection from your ancestors, from your spiritual court, from those around you in the spirit world. And don't be afraid to lean on them and to ask for your discernment to be hired, to ask for a divine intervention if you do feel like someone is around you who is envious and jealous, and this person is a threat or a danger to your life in some way. But a lot of you could have a lot of cats, and your cats let you know of whether somebody is a good person or not. So maybe there's a certain person who comes in your house and your cat does not like them. Your cat won't go near them. Your cat will start acting weird. It will start like meowing or kind of like screaming in a certain way. Or your cat will just come and sit by you, like right by your leg whenever you have this person around, and it won't leave your side. And they don't normally act in this way. It will be in a way they don't normally act. So a lot of you, your cats, or even if you've got a dog, other pets are trying to warn you of this person when they come into your house. What else, Spirit, do the collective need to hear when it comes to jealousy and envy? We have, can't say that, death. But if you kind of look how she's staring. Look at that stare. That's the stare. It's like, it's similar to that. It's almost like, even if the person's right next to you, you're just there on your phone and they're just staring at you. It's kind of like they're staring from like the void. They're staring from the darkness and you're there in the light. They're like staring from another realm. That's like what it feels like. That's how intense this stare is, because it is coming from this envy and jealousy. It's an energy. It is coming from the energy body. Okay, that is this there I'm seeing. And this card is here as like a warning, because jealousy and envy can kill. You know, there's that story, I forget her name. Is it Selena, of that Latin singer who was shot? She was murdered by a friend who was jealous of her the whole time. And there was probably a lot of red flags there the whole time. I think I watched someone do a video on that story, and they were saying like this woman was nice to Selena, to the Latin singer, but she treated everyone else around the singer like crap. I mean, that's a red flag. Like, you know, people say if someone is rude to the waiter, then that person is a rude person. You should be treating like everyone around you with the same respect, and not just picking and choosing who you're going to show love to and who you're going to show respect to and who you're going to be nasty to. If someone's nasty to certain people, then there's something going on within them that they haven't healed. That's usually a big red flag. Maybe some of you realised that you had people around you that were jealous of you around Halloween. Or you're about to realise when it comes to Halloween, when it comes to autumn, fall, of who around you is jealous and envious of you, and you're going to remove them from your life. Let's get one more card from this deck, please. When it comes to jealous and envy, what do people, the collective, need to know? Said people instead of collective. Maybe some of you have people, like a group of people with their eyes on you, and these eyes have a lot of envy and jealousy. And like I said, when you're moving on up, you are going to have a lot of eyes on you, especially if you're on social media and you're in the public eye. You're going to have a lot of eyes on you, and sometimes these eyes are going to have that green stare. They're not going to be like admiration. Most will be admiration, but you're going to have those that are going to have the green stare. And this is also another thing when you're on social media. You always want to kind of double the following that you have. So the following that you have, you kind of want to double it, because a lot of these people won't be following you. I know a lot of people who are jealous and envious want to track your every move, and they're going to be the first ones on your stories, the first ones there to look at your post. But you're also going to have the ones who move in silent, who are hiding, who are behind the scenes, who don't even follow you, who are going to be watching every single thing you do, but you don't know about it. Which is why you want to be always praying for protection. We have Herbal Kitchen Alchemist. Yeah, a lot of you work with like herbs and medicines, and you are a healer in some way. And this is what people are envious of. How the effect that you have on other people. How you make other people feel. How you can heal other people. They're jealous of this. And a lot of you as well, but Spirit want you to remember that you have all the tools you need within you. Again, I'm hearing what my guides always say. Pick up your spiritual tools and fight. You have all the resource and tools you need within you. Don't let anybody around you put you down or tell you otherwise. You know how to get yourself out of certain situations. You know how to heal yourself. Your body has its own intelligence. Your heart, your soul has its own intelligence, its own voice, and its own magic. And you need to tap into it and believe in yourself. Believe in this. Altar dedication. So some of you maybe have a very, very strong willpower, very dedicated to yourself. You pour a lot of love, a lot of work into yourself or into your business, your creative endeavors. And other people are envious and jealous of this, which is why you do want to move in silent. Even with your friends who you don't feel like a weird energy with, sometimes you just want to be moving in silent, and then you're letting them know once you've launched something or once you've put something out there. Because I mean, once you tell people things, it doesn't always necessarily just stay with them. Like people say, once you've told one person a secret, it's no longer a secret, you know? This deck? Yeah. I'm going to get one card from this deck. What do the collective need to hear, Spirit, when it comes to envy and jealousy? You. We have anger and chains. Yeah, so obviously jealousy and envy is it is a very angry emotion. And normally a lot of the time when someone is jealous of you, they're also going to have anger towards you. Like they don't want you having whatever it is that they believe they should be having. Because a lot of jealous, envious people have narcissistic traits and a bit arrogant. Like they believe that they should be walking in your shoes. They believe they should have what you have. Not realizing what it took for you to get there. What trials and tribulations, what things you had to overcome in order to get there. And I'm drawn to this lying on this card here. So they're wanting you to have the strength of a lion when it comes to dealing with jealousy and envy. Don't back down. I'm just hearing don't back down. So maybe someone that keeps trying to come back in your life, or maybe they've admitted, okay, yeah, I was jealous and envious of you. This could be a friend and they keep trying to come back in your life, and maybe you gave them chances and Spirit is saying no. Because now I'm just staring at this big red X. No, don't back down. You need to cut this person off. And we're going to finish off with this deck. What do the collective need to hear when it comes to jealousy and envy, Spirit? Okay, the first card we've got here is fermentation, patience, maturity. So some of you, I feel like some of you did have an addiction to alcohol, or not even addiction. Maybe you used to drink and you don't drink anymore. And it's these people who are still in that energy. They still go out and get drunk every single weekend. And they're jealous and envious of how you've broken that cycle and you've escaped that lifestyle. I'm hearing escapes that lifestyle. They're jealous of you for escaping. And fermentation as well, where it says patience and maturity. Because this is the thing, it takes a lot of work to mature yourself as a person and spiritually. It takes a lot of work. And people don't always see that work. All they're seeing is the end outcome. So you could have a lot of strangers online and people staring at the end outcome, at who you are in this present moment. They haven't seen your whole path and where you've walked, and they're just kind of there thinking like, oh, I wish I could be that person. I wish I could walk in their shoes. If they actually knew everything you've been through, they would not want to be you. Because remember, if you're going to walk in somebody's shoes, you have to take the good and the bad. You have to take everything. That includes any trauma that this person has been through. But people don't think like this when they're jealous and envious. So that is a message that's also coming through. And the last card we've got here is Exaltation, Master, Manifester. And look at this. Look at all this joy. Some of you could be jealous of your children, of the family and the children that you've created around you. Other people are just jealous that you're a naturally happy person. You're always smiling, you're always happy, you're always in this high vibe, high energy. People are jealous of that. And some of you are master manifestors. Like the alchemy card came out before. You're an alchemist. You know how to bring your heart's desires into fruition. And other people are jealous of how you just seem to manifest like that. But again, it took a lot for you to get to this point. You weren't born a master manifester. It took a lot for you to get to this point. Some of you are jealous of the connection you have to spirit and your ancestors, of how your ancestors have your back. They can see who walks with you in spirit, and they're jealous of this. But again, a lot of you, it's going to be revealed to you who around you is jealous and envious of you. And you need to be asking for it to be revealed to you, because you don't want these people around you, because it can hold you back. Like I said before, it can affect your destiny. It can affect your life path. What else, Spirit? Is that it? Let me check the bottom of this one. Yeah, some of you, it was like, unfortunately, a romantic partner. Or maybe this is what you dealt with in the past. Like a lot of people that you dated were jealous of you, and you were kind of picking up on it, and you were like, well, that's a bit weird. But they were confirming that, yeah, a lot of people that you've dated in the past saw your light, saw your potential, and they were jealous of that, which is why they maybe ghosted you, which is why you experience a lot of rejection when it comes to love, because Spirit and your ancestors want to keep these people away from you. But now you're moving into a space where you're meeting more like-minded people. You're meeting people who have the same light, who hold a very high frequency, and they're not going to have envy and jealousy for you, because they're happy and whole within themselves and their own life and their own destiny. So that is all the messages that is coming through for you guys. I hope that did resonate with somebody out there, and I'll see you in my next video.